Oh, the pet Doberman?
Yeah, just some stories I know you had about him and him staying.
Oh, he says, yeah, well, we had several stories about him, things that he had done because he was such an intelligent dog and beautiful dog. And he was advertised in the paper for sale by Attorney Grudemat in Milwaukee, and he had his tail clipped one vertebrae too short, and he would never win a blue ribbon. So at the fair at the shows, so that's why he put him up for sale at a price that was affordable that felt we could afford. We saw the ad and it was so interesting, so we went then to Don and to look at him and everything. He was a dog, of course, with his papers and all, and he was Alex of Candlelight was his official name, and we ended up buying him and took him home. I know he's such a nice dog. And one of the really great stories, I think, was the time when he was a big dog, but he was always in the house with us, and so we had company that night, a young couple that we knew, and they had a little girl that was just learning how to walk. And we were in the living room, and the dog was in there lying on the floor there, and we were spread around, and he was kind of lying in the middle of the room, kind of. Well, anyway, the little girl started out to go from the mother to the father, and as she got right down by Alex, she kind of wavered and then lost her balance a little bit, and she came down with her foot real hard right on his snout. That dog never moved a muscle. He just laid there where he was, and had he jumped up or anything, he would have thrown her, and heaven only knows what could have happened. And how that hurts them if you get slammed on their nose that way. And I said we just couldn't get over that he understood that much, that he would not even move there, so that he didn't hurt her at all.
Yeah.
And he's also a dog that we had a white cat at that time. I know he was black. And he made friends with the cat. I have a picture somewhere in my pictures of the cat sleeping on top of Alex, and Alex is sleeping, and the cat's sleeping right on top of him. They're really cute.
Aww.
But Alex was such a nice dog, and he sure did have us spoiled, because there's so many things. We could put his food out for him, and we had a table that was about so high, and we'd put his dish all fixed with his food, and not real long, but maybe in a couple hours before it was ready for him to eat it. But we would just set it out there ready, and then when it was ready for him to eat, we'd call him and tell him. But he could go any time because it was sitting right there, and he knew it was his. He would not go until we told him it's time now that you eat and you can go and have your food. See, he had all the training, and the training was wonderful. And we could just leave him there and tell him to sit wherever he was, and he'd sit no matter how many hours you were gone. He'd be there when you came back. I know that one time when we were renting, that was after we were off the turkey farm, and we were renting a house in the country, and had him out there with us. And there was across the road from the house, there was a field that they had just plowed up, and there were lots of stones in there. And the people that owned the land there had the son that was up. He was a young fellow up, and they were throwing the stones out, and Sandy, our daughter, Sandy and Dick were out there with them, and asked if they could throw stones too. I was sure it was okay, which is fine, if it was all timed right, but it didn't work out that way that day. And they, somehow, Dick threw a stone, and Sandy wasn't aware, and stood up at the wrong time and got it right in the face, and I think it was in the nose somewhere. And of course it was bleeding, it was on her head, bleeding horribly, and so we just came running, and Arnie was home too then, because I know he was there at the time. And we got her, and just heading it was only a mile into the Velders and into the doctors, and we were running in with her, and the dog was outside, and so he said, goes up. We had him right near the house, you know, and we just told him sit where he was near the house. Sit now and stay there until we come back. And we were gone for, I know, at least a good 2 hours, and we came back and the dog was sitting right where we left him. He'd been sitting there all that time waiting. Yeah, he was trained so well. But there's one thing that he always did, and you never could break him with that. He thought we didn't know it, but he would go and lie on the bed when we were gone. And then, you know, when I come home, you could just put your hand up there and feel the warmth yet. He knew it. He'd been up there, but